Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tom. Welcome back to a brand new video, and this is episode number 1 of my F1 2015 brand new series, Full House. And as you can see, we're down here in Melbourne, Australia for the first race of the season. And don't adjust your screen because yes, I am indeed in the Manor, and I'm absolutely dreading this. We're going to be starting from the back every single race this season, guys. And if you don't know how the series works, I'll leave a link down below in the description and also in the top right hand corner of your screen by the eye icon. There'll be a link to the first episode, which is an introduction to the series. So, guys, go watch that, and that should give you some nice information regarding the series. But nevertheless, we're here in Australia, and we're going to jump straight into the race, and hopefully we can get a result in the first race of the season. And let's be honest, I don't have a lot of faith because we are in a Manor, so we're not exactly in the most competitive car on the field. So this is going to be quite tough, and all you guys need to know this race is essentially if we finish, I believe, above 15th or 14th place, then we get to go up into the McLaren Honda. So we got to finish, I think, above 15th for this race. So that's the goal for this race. And here we are in the pouring wet rain in Australia. We got to 5 red lights, and we're underway for the first time this season in this brand new series. As you can see, we can actually get a pretty decent start on the full wet tyres here, racing as Will Stevens for this first race of the season. Now, as we go into turn number 1, and there's loads of spray being kicked up right now. I'm assuming the weather is on the most wettest it can be. So we've had contact, and we've gone round at the first corner there, so we've had some contact already early on in the race, and that's brought us straight back down into last place there. A little bit of contact, I think it was a Sauber, I think it was Marcus Ericsson, and we've had a couple of tangles with him in carb as well. So the Sauber's definitely a bit of a jinx for me in terms of a car right now for 2015. And skipping later on now on the end of lap number 1, you can see we're on the back of our teammate Roberto Meri. They're going a little bit wide on the exit of the chicane there, but we're going to get right into his system here. Can we possibly line up our teammate for a move now as we go up the inside into this right hander? And it looks like we are going to get the move done, and indeed we do. As you can see, we just got up the inside there, squeeze him out, and the move has been done. And skipping later on now to lap number 2. And as you actually got a car in the pits already there on the right hand side of your screen, or on the map, on the mini map more like, and I think it's Felipe Massa there in for an early pit stop. So a bit of an interesting strategy there by the AI. But we're going to actually gain a place from them. We're up at 18th as we now skip later on to lap number 3. Going to the start lap number 4, we've got another car in the pit lane there, and I actually noticed who it was, but we gained another position because of that. And skipping later on to lap number 4, we've got a yellow flag for some reason, and there's a massive AI stack, and there's been a massive crash by the look of it. And there's a Mercedes in there somewhere. I think that was Lewis Hamilton, and Mercedes has been in the tangle there. So that is huge for this race. Mercedes has been taken out already this race, and we're actually going to go up the inside Jensen Button there in the penultimate corner because we couldn't overtake any of the cars because there's a yellow flag out. But lucky enough that yellow flag restriction got lifted, and we're now going to try and see if we can try and overtake Jensen Button as we go down the pit straight. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line. It looks like we're going to get that position from Jensen Button because obviously he's in McLaren Honda, and this Manor is one of the few cars that is actually faster than in a straight line. So the Ferrari engine power in this Manor has actually managed to be faster than the McLaren down the pit straight. But we're going to look at a replay of that incident because I want to see what happened there. And as you can see, the Mercedes actually have a little bit of tangle. Both Mercedes come together, and Rosberg seems to take out Lewis Hamilton, and they both eventually crash into the wall. So a really strange incident there in the race, and that definitely allowed a lot of cars to overtake him, and it just generally caused a lot of palaver. As you see, Rosberg going in reverse there on the racing line. But overall, a really interesting incident because that's actually allowed us to really get into the mix for a decent result. And I'm skipping later on to lap number 9 now. We're actually in P13 because of that incident, and we're in a promotion zone where we can actually go up into the McLaren Honda for the next race. And we've actually got cars going into the pit lane right now. So I'm being messaged on Steam right now in the bottom hand on my screen. But we've got cars in the pit lane, so we're up at a P10 right now, already into the points as we've got, I think, Felipe Massa attacking us into turn number 1. He's going to make the move stick there. Nice and easy job done for the Brazilian. But right now the points aren't an issue for us. That's not our focus. Our focus is to finish at least in 14th place so we can get a promotion into another car, into McLaren Honda, which would be a better option from Malaysia, even though Malaysia isn't exactly a perfect track for the McLaren. But skipping later on to the start lap number 11, and we've got a few more cars in the pit lane here, and the message is going to promote us to P7 in this Manor car. And there's a bit of a split strategy going on because obviously this race you can have a 2-stop or you can 1-stop. I was actually going to stay out for the 1-stop. The team wanted me to stay until lap 14, so I was actually going to stick to that strategy and stay out until lap 14 to go for the 1-stop. But we've got Sergio Perez now coming past us. He's going to go past us like an absolute bullet down the back straight there. We just can't keep up with straight line speed with that full cylinder. But we're actually okay through the corners, but it's just a straight line where we've got no speed, so we run awfully wide down the exit of the chicane. Then Perez is actually going to take that 7th place from us now, and we're down to P8, and Rosberg is the next car behind us, so he's going to be hot on our tail in maybe a lap or 2 time. So we're really going to be struggling now for a couple of laps with this pace. And most of the tyres are starting to get a bit old, and cars behind us are on fresh tyres as well, so they're going to be so much more fast than us as we skip later onto the end of lap number 13, onto the start line number 14. Here comes Nico Rosberg down the pit straight. He's just going to breeze past us on the inside line. We're not even there. there, and he's going to take 8th place from us and demote us down to 9th. And overall, really easy overtake there for Nico Rosberg, and we're now down to 9th, so we're still in the points just about, but this could really vanish really quickly if we don't pick up the pace here and try to do something with it. And basically, see later on midway to like 14 now, and Rosberg is right on the back of Fernando Alonso, just ahead of him there, but we've also got Bottas right up our chuffy, and here comes Bottas. He's going to go to the outside as we go side by side through the back straight, and Bottas is going to get the move done way before the corner, just hits the wall there on the right hand side, but manages to get the move done. And it's actually a bit of a train now because Alonso is causing a little bit of a stack up with the cars. Rosberg has managed to pass the McLaren Honda, and now actually Alonso is going to come to the pit on the end at 14, and we're going to follow him in, so it's going to be a pit stop battle between ourselves and Fernando Alonso, and it's going to be an interesting one to see how this one pans out. But I've got a black screen right now on Sony Vegas for some reason, so I can't actually see what's going on, but I do think Alonso actually managed to stay ahead of us, and we did have, I think, about a 2.4 second pit stop. So it was a decent pit stop from the Manor guys, but it wasn't fast enough to get us back out ahead of Fernando Alonso. But Alonso is definitely going to be our target now for the rest of this race, to try and keep up with him and match him for raw pace as we rejoin now in P19. So way down the order then, Grosjean is actually DNF from the race. He's one of the few cars that have had a really poor race here, and we rejoin in P19 just behind Alonso. But obviously we've got cars to pit yet, and we actually got a message on the radio from Jeff saying that the rain will stop in about 10-15 minutes time. And I'm skipping later on to lap 17. I was about to come to the pit lane there for intermediates with Alonso, but I decided to just hang it out for one more lap because for some reason my screen and just the track just suddenly felt too wet for intermediates, and I didn't want to take the gamble, so I decided to play it safe and stay out one more lap on these full wet tyres. And it actually backfired on me massively because I should have actually put that up for Inters, because the cars behind me on Inters were so much faster than me. It was unbelievable. But here we're coming to the pit lane now for the second time this race, and we are going to come in for a set of green colour intermediate tyres, and hopefully we can try and keep up with the AI. Like I said, the main goal of this race is not to get points, it's to try and get ahead of 15th place, so in this case 14th or above. That is going to be our target for the race, and try and get a promotion to the McLaren Honda for the second race of the season in Bahrain, because the objectives for the season, guys, is to win the World Championship. So you know, there's still some goals there that we need to achieve this season as we rejoin in P15 on these intermediate tyres. So a decent position to rejoin, actually, not too bad. We're just outside the promotion zone, the promotion zone to a McLaren Honda, so we need to get back into that zone. And skipping later on to lap 22, the track was actually getting really dry, and I decided to pit in and take a gamble and roll the dice, guys, and I'm going to come in for dry tyres. It might be a bit too wet, but I'm hoping with the 7 laps that are remaining in this race we could try and take a gamble and hope that the track will dry out and the tyres will come good to me eventually. So as you can see, the mechanics there strap on the yellow wall soft tyres, and we're going to rejoin onto the track way down the order. Actually, I think we're going to rejoin, I think, in 19th or 18th, something like that, and we're going to be way down the order, but we just got to hope that the track does come good for us eventually. And I've got to say, right at this moment, guys, when I left the pit lane, I honestly thought I was really messed up because the car just had no grip whatsoever. There was no grip out on the track. As you can see, I'm sliding all about, I'm just everywhere, all over the shop. And it took me a good 3-4 laps to get going on these tyres. But as you can see, skipping later on to lap 23, onto the start number 24, we've got coming pit lane now. I think it's Jenson Button who's coming for a pit stop there. So I don't know what tyres he's on, but we've gained another position from him. And these tyres still haven't got to grip with the track yet. The track is really struggling for some grip. And I'm skipping later on to lap 25. You can see cars are now in the pit lane, and these guys are actually coming in for dry tyres. So we've actually going to gain a few more positions, and we're going to get back up into P13. So the gamble of going onto the dry tyres has actually really paid off for us, because we're now back up into the promotion zone, into P13. And in my hindsight, I wish I'd gone maybe a couple of laps later onto the dry tyre, because we could have got even more positions. But you know, that's why hindsight is such a wonderful thing, I guess. But we're in P13 right now. We've only got 2 more laps to go in this race, so hopefully we can try and hold on to this position and hopefully not drop through the field anymore. But unfortunately, we've got a car behind us, and that car is Nico Rosberg, or I think Lewis Hamilton. I'm not sure who it is, but we've got Mercedes behind us, and as you can see, we've got yellow flag up ahead of us now. Something's going on there. I think it's Mary, our teammate, with no front wing there, so he's lost his front wing, and we're right on the back of Marcus Ericsson once again on these dry tyres. And also Lewis Hamilton is right on our gearbox. I mean, literally sitting on our gearbox. And here he comes. He's just going to breeze past us with the DRS. He's going to fly past up our inside like we're over there. And so it's the fastest lap of the race in the process. So Lewis has really just put the hammer down right now, and he managed to get past us. And now Fernando Alonso's behind us, so it's not Nico Rosberg. So Rosberg must have had some sort of incident, but nevertheless, guys, it looks like we might actually make this stick as we come through the final corner, and we're going to come home for a quality P13 and a promotion to the McLaren Honda for the second race of the season in Malaysia. And what a result that is, because I couldn't have done any more races in this car, because this car is honestly so freaking shit. I'm so glad we're out of this car, and even the McLaren Honda is not much better. It's so much nicer through the corners, unlike this car, and we're just going to have to sacrifice for the straight line speed in the McLaren. But overall, a really solid result for us this race, and 13th place isn't actually too bad, you know. Maybe with a couple more strategy tweaks and maybe a couple of things I would have done differently, then we might have actually got maybe a point or something. But overall, look at that. Sebastian Vettel wins the race, and Ricciardo and Raikkonen ran off the podium. And the Mercedes that was highest up was Lewis Hamilton in P10. So Nico Rosberg didn't even finish in the points. So a really disappointing result for the Constructors' Champions Mercedes. And Nico Rosberg actually finished way down 19th. He actually DNF from the race. So something went on there with Nico Rosberg, and Mercedes overall won't be very happy with that race. And we're going to take P13, and what a result that is. So obviously for the next race, that means we're going to have 0 points, but we'll be in a much better car. I'll say a much better, a little bit better of a car in the McLaren Honda, and hopefully we can just move on step by step into better cars. But overall, it's been an absolutely fantastic race, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As you can see, looking at the drivers and constructors standings real quickly, the drivers obviously doesn't change because it's the same as the race results in the first season, but the constructors is quite interesting actually. It's quite surreal to see this. You'll see in a moment, but the constructors, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Mercedes have 1 point and are down in P7, which is something you'd never think would actually happen, but it's quite incredible. And then Ferrari are leading the way with 40 points already, so really interesting constructor stables there. But yeah guys, that's about it for this video. I'm about to lose my breath. It's my first post-commentated race in a little while, in about a month or two, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then please leave a like down below. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Tomlin7HD, and there you guys, that's about it from me, and I'll see you in my next video. So from me, goodbye, enjoy the rest of the day, and I've been Tomlin7HD, and I'm out.